What is up, crypto Twitter / Shade Protocol community? Great to see you guys. It is September 25th. It is 24 hours after the successful launch of Argos Shade v2.2. And if you don't know what this means, then let me tell you what we've done here. So the first thing is on Testnet, we pushed permits. Permits means that Shade Protocol, maybe in the past you were here and you had to fiddle around with 30, 40, 50 viewing keys, and you had to experience all the painfulness of Secret Network. Well, guess what? In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be pushing this from Testnet to mainnet, and it's going to completely overhaul the Secret Network Shade Protocol experience. We're talking about free transactions to view 30 plus token balances at a time. So with 2 to 3 clicks, you'll be able to see the entire app for free. Absolute game changer. The next big thing is ShadeX, the world's first privacy-preserving money market. This thing is a beast. Private LTVs, private collateral, private debt, flash loans, cross-margin positions. We're talking about lending token LSTs. We're talking about collateral swaps. This is a best-in-class private money market. And for those of you who have seen the app before, you know that there's a lot going on here. We got our standalone analytics page, we got our own DEX, our own LSTs, our own stablecoin. The app is full of powerful functionality, but it's been missing this permissionless, privacy-preserving, open marketplace for people to lend and borrow with each other. And so with ShadeX, we are truly entering into what I would consider the end game. All of these apps deriving fees back to Shade stakers. And today on this video, I'm going to be showing you what this looks like. Now, to be clear, with the Argos launch of Testnet, we are in the early stages. There's going to be a lot more charts coming, huge improvements to UI UX, but we wanted to show you, the community, that ShadeX and this money market is coming into fruition. So I'm going to go ahead and start here with the lending side of the market. So a lot of people in crypto, they don't want to mess with liquidity pools because you got to deal with impermanence loss, you have to manage a position. This is why lending markets are so popular. You can just deposit a single asset and earn yield on it. It's a powerful primitive. And so starting here, you'll see I can toggle between 2 different markets. So markets are essentially defined relationships between lending collateral and borrowing collateral. So let's say you own Bitcoin, you want to earn, you want to lend it out. You want to make sure that you don't have random tokens that can be put up as collateral to borrow your Bitcoin. You might have a different risk profile than a different lender does. And so we're going to have different lending markets, that some of them more conservative, some of them more aggressive, and we ultimately allow the free market and the individuals to choose what market they want to participate in. So we're going to select the secret assets market to lend into, and we're going to go ahead and deposit 20 secret here. You can see the supply APY is 3.67%, and then on the borrow side, there's a lot of demand for this market compared to the blue chip one, which makes sense because there's more high risk borrowers using the product for the secret asset market. And they're paying a 13.24% interest rate. So we're going to go ahead and lend here. I'm going to go ahead and approve this transaction. And let's go ahead and see here what happens. Another interesting mechanic is when you deposit into a lend pool, you get a token that is a claim on that lending position. So you can turn around. So we supplied 20 secret, we get 20 LS secret in return. We can go use that LS secret as collateral somewhere else. We could go put it into an LP pool. We could sell it. We could transfer it. So it's like an LST. You have total flexibility with what you want to do with the essentially receipt that is a claim on your lending position. And congratulations, we're now passively accruing interest. We've already accrued, all-time interest accrued. We've already accrued 2 cents worth of interest as a lender, which for Testnet, a lot of the parameters are cranked up, so you can kind of feel good about what you're doing here. So that's lending. That's just a standalone lend crypto out. Now we're going to go to the borrow page over here. This one's a little more complicated. You have to deposit collateral, which you can then borrow against that collateral. So we're going to go ahead, and you have these nice little filters that you can search by, like, hey, for the borrow assets, I want to be borrowing USDC, and then for the collateral, I want to be providing secret, right? And so as this page grows, you'll have nice filters to search by these things. So I want to borrow USDC, so I'm going to click on this one right here. And then for the deposit asset, actually, let's see here. It looks like there's no market where I can deposit secret as collateral to borrow USDC. So we're probably going to need to choose a different market. Let's go ahead and borrow. Silk. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and deposit 30 secret, and we want to go ahead and borrow 7.5 silk. This is going to put us at a 60% LTV, and your max LTV is 60%. So this is a highly risky position. We're going to have more visuals in the future, so you'll be able to see where you are on the LTV bar. But let's go ahead and degen. We're gonna go deposit that $11 a secret, and we're gonna go ahead and borrow 7.5 silk using that secret as collateral. Now, where does that silk come from? That comes from the lend page. Okay, actually, it looks like deposit and borrow fail. It was rejected because in the end there's enough volatility that we try to take out too large of a loan in relation to the price there. So we're gonna lower our LTV here, be a little more conservative, run it back on that transaction. But where does the silk comes from? It comes from the lenders that have deposited silk into the lending pool, and you're actually borrowing from those lenders. And then over time, operation attempts to borrow higher than allowed LTV total bet. Okay, so apparently the system continues to want us to be more conservative. We're gonna need better visuals to kind of display what you are and aren't allowed to borrow here. So here we go. Boom. Deposit and borrow success. We deposited secret, and we borrowed 7 silk. You'll see up top here, next time you come back to the borrow page, you'll be able to see, ooh, I have $7.35 borrowed on this specific for this specific asset. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over to the manage page. That position I just created is sitting there for me to look at, and I can see there is my 51.31% LTV. I can see how much I've borrowed. I've seen how much collateral there is. I can see the current LTV, and I can see the max LTV, and I can also see my interest rate that I'm paying. You got the repay debt button, you got the deposit button if you want to add additional collateral, and then there'll also be the withdraw button. So that is a little bit of a rundown of what we have on Testnet right now. Obviously there is work to be done, but before you know it, it's going to be added to mainnet with a great opportunity for people to start participating in the world's first privacy-preserving money market. And the feature list is absolutely loaded. So be sure to come check this thing out, testnet.shadeprotocol.io, and let us know what you guys think. Have a good day, Crypto Twitter.